Hello everyone. Today I will be presenting on Subject-Verb Agreement, which is one of the most important parts of English grammar. So let's begin. Subject-Verb Agreement means that the verb in a sentence must match the subject in number and person. In simple words, a singular subject takes a singular verb while a plural subject takes a plural verb. For example, we say she runs but they run. Now, before going further, let's understand two basic terms that are very important here: subject and verb. The subject is the doer of the action, while the verb is the action itself. For example, in the sentence, the dog barks, the word dog is the subject and barks is the verb. Once we understand subjects and verbs, the next thing is to understand singular and plural subjects. Singular subject refers to one person or thing, such as he, she, or a cat. On the other hand, a plural subject refers to more than one person or thing, such as they, we, or cats. Understanding this difference is very important for correct agreement. Now let's look at the basic rule of subject-verb agreement. The rule is very simple. A singular subject takes a singular verb and a plural subject takes a plural verb. For example, we say the boy plays, but the boys play. How this works in the present tense? In the present tense, singular subjects usually take verbs ending in s or es, while plural subjects use the base form of the verb. For example, she writes, but they write. There is one verb that behaves a little differently, and that is the verb be. The verb be has special forms am, is, and are. We use am with I, is with singular subjects, and are with plural subjects. For example, she is happy and they are happy. Move to compound subjects. When two subjects are joined by and, they usually become plural. For example, Ali and Ahmed are friends. But sometimes two words joined by and may represent one single idea. In that case, we use a singular verb. For example, bread and butter is my breakfast. Understand sentences that use or and nor. When subjects are joined by or nor, the verb agrees with the subject closest to it. For example, either the teacher or the students are coming. But if we change the order, we say either the students or the teacher is coming. About indefinite pronouns. Some pronouns like everyone, someone, and each are always singular. That means they always take singular verbs. For example, everyone is ready. And some pronouns are always plural. Words like many, few, and several take plural verbs. For example, many are invited. Discuss collective nouns. Collective nouns refers to a group such as team or family. If the group acts as one unit, we use a singular verb. But if the members act individually, we may use a plural verb. The point is subjects separated by extra phrases. Sometimes extra words come between the subject and the verb, but we should ignore those extra words and focus only on the main subject. For example, the boy, along with his friends. Now this is the extra part, is playing. Look at uncountable nouns. Words like water, sugar, and information are uncountable nouns and they are always treated as singular. So we say the information is useful. Some nouns may look plural but actually have a singular meaning. Words like news and mathematics are singular, so we say the news is shocking. Let's move to titles and names. Titles of books, movies, or other works are usually treated as singular. For example, Harry Potter is famous. Here applies to amounts and measurements. Amounts of money, time, or distance are generally treated as singular. For example, $5 is enough. Let's talk about sentences that begin with there is and there are. In these sentences, the verb agrees with the subject that comes after it. For example, there is a book, but there are books. Agreement rules also apply in questions. Even though the verb comes before the subject and verb must still agree correctly. For example, is she coming? And are they ready? Let's look at some common mistakes people often make. We should not say she go to school. The correct sentence is she goes to school. Similarly, they is happy is incorrect. The correct form is they are happy. Can we avoid these mistakes? First, always identify the subject clearly. Second, ignore extra words that may confuse you. And finally, make sure the verb matches the subject correctly. Most importantly, practice is the key to improvement. A few practice examples and see how well we understand the rules. Take a moment to think about the correct answers. Answers are runs, are, and has. Make sure you understand why each answer is correct because understanding the rule is more important than memorizing it. Everything. Subject-verb agreement means matching subjects and verbs correctly according to number and person. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more English grammar lessons.